Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good evening, depending on your locality from where you are viewing. I'm here with the director of Dankadi Christian Academy. He's also the former president of the Sierra Leonean community, basically in the central region, and of course, a senior presenter at Out of the Bust of Postcast. We are here today to discuss untouched issue or issue that drew the attentions of viewers that has to do with uh, a, his query how he was invited by the police under the auspices and the instrumentality of the Sierra Leone embassy. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, Prince, and I want to thank you for making it a point of duty to come and further probe on that very unfortunate circumstance. And I also want to thank the Buruburam Connection, as I said on your platform, that after serving humanity more than 24 years, you are the first institution that honored me, and I'm not taking it for granted. And I'm also happy that you make it a point of duty to come and find out, knowing that we are living in a world where um, uh, misinformation is the order of the day.
Sure.
So once again, I want to thank you, and your visit will not be taken for granted. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Sir, Mr. Director, I guess your viewers would like to know how cordial is your relationship with the Sierra Leone embassy years back and up to present?
Actually, when I came to Ghana, the the government that was in my country was the SLPP government of the
Okay.
Alhaji Tijan Kaba. So from that time, I had a very, very cordial relationship with the embassy, especially under the tenure of Ambassador Usmani Ansane when the APC was in power. The embassy have used me on several occasions on many platforms, including um, uh, organizing independence programs and going to the courts and going to the police station, going to the hospitals for Sierra Leoneans in Ghana. So by and large, we had a very, very, very successful relationship with the embassy until recently.
Okay. 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 It is it is alleged that you had a scheduled protest. Why will you protest against the embassy, Sierra Leone embassy to be precise?
Well, in fact, before even delving in a protest against the Sierra Leone embassy, I wanted to find out, is protests wrong? Are protests not features and are protests not features and intricacy of democracy? Protests are ingredients of democracy as long as they are peaceful. But let me answer your question. I was not organizing any protest
Okay.
against the Sierra Leone embassy. It is the dysfunctional mentality of the people at the embassy who always feel insecure when they are not doing the right thing. But I was not engaging in any protest.
Okay. So there was nothing like planned protest.
Um, uh, there were unfolding events
Okay.
that would have necessitated a protest. And protest, as I said, as long as you undertake the rightful moves and
Okay.
yeah, within the concept of the law, protests are not wrong. You see, I think the embassy is only taking an olive branch from the repressive government that is in Sierra Leone, which I would say is the only democracy in the world that does not accept protest. So because of that nature of the regime in Freetown, I think they will have bought an olive branch and try to stop people from peaceful protest. There's nothing wrong with protest at all.
So you agree that there was a set of protests. Did it work?
There was no set of protest at all. I say there are issues that would have necessitated a
Okay,
protest,
protest.
but there was no set of protest at all.
So what gave rise to the change of mind?
The change of mind.
Why you changed the action? Me,
There was no action.
there was nothing. Okay,
There was
very good.
nothing like that at all.
Very good. There's an allegation that you are APC partisan, thereby creating rooms to oppose and sabotage the activities of SLPP, basically in Ghana.
Yeah, I have suffered for a long time when people continue to accuse me as a member of the All People Congress
Okay.
of Sierra Leone. But I also want to ask a question. Is Sierra Leone not a democracy? Is it wrong for one to be an APC? In fact, when at the heat of the Civil War, when we had the Second Republic, March 1996, 1 year later, on the 29th of May, the army toppled the democratic institution. For 9 months, the Sierra Leonean protested against the junta and democracy was restored. Do you know that 700 Nigerian ECOMOG peacekeepers died under the reign of Sani Abacha for democracy to be restored in Sierra Leone? If 700 trained army peacekeepers died, do you know how many civilians died? So if I'm APC, that means democracy is thriving in Sierra Leone. Why should anybody want to fight me because of being an APC? Who would want to be a member of the APC? APC shot a dysfunctional opposition that cannot even manage a result, an election result. So
Okay.
nobody should tag me with the APC. But one thing I know about that embassy and the SLP partisan, whenever you talk about the setback of their government, they tag you APC. I'm not worried at all.
So basically the occupants are more like SLPP.
Yeah, the SLPP partisan believe that whenever you are talking about the ills of society, you are an APC. They will brand you APC.
Oh, I
But these
see.
two parties, how will I support these two parties? They were in power from 1951. Just imagine, from 1951 to today, these two parties have ruled Sierra Leone, a country with short magnitude of diamonds and resources. Have you seen what is happening to Sierra Leone? Why should anybody proud to be SLPP or APC? Do you know that SLPP ruled Sierra Leone from 1951 to 1967? They are
Sure.
the first political party to lose power as an incumbent.
That's it. What?
APC took power from 1967 to 1992. Captain Stwasa overthrew them. It's only 4 years. 2007, APC came to power 2007. They lost power 2018. SLPP came to power 1996. They lost power 2002. What has been the progress for Sierra Leone? Why Sierra Leoneans always worry about APC and SLPP? Two traditions that have done nothing for us at all. So is that why the embassy is antagonizing me? Because of me thinking that I'm an APC?
Okay. Was it the reason why you were invited to the embassy? We're told that, in fact, from the interview at Bodobron from the connection main page, we were told that you were apprehended. You were invited by the police under the direct auspices of the Sierra Leone embassy,
Yes.
and then
Well,
you were. What do you have to
it
say?
was an unfortunate incident. First of all, I expected much from the police because the 1961 Vienna Convention
Okay.
will have made them know that you cannot arrest me inside the Sierra Leone embassy. The only time shots happened is when Khashoggi was killed in Turkey, when the Saudi killed a journalist inside the embassy. You cannot arrest me inside the embassy. I was invited to the Salon embassy.
Okay.
But what happened? Let me give you a picture of what transpired. You
Okay.
know, when the Buduburan refugee camp was demolished, and
Okay.
that painful demolition, unplanned demolition by the Ghanaian government and the traditional rulers. So Sierra Leone got affected.
Okay.
So I started advocating for, and we saw how the Liberian government came in, how your government came in, your foreign minister came in, and nothing was happening at the Sierra Leonean front. But because I had a precedent when a Sierra Leonean woman who married to a Nigerian ECOMOG who was living in the Niger Delta axis.
Okay.
So the husband died and she was returning to Sierra Leone under the heat of COVID. So she found herself at the Burubura refugee camp. They took her to my shop. Then they now call me. So I accommodated the woman. Then we call on the same Sierra Leone embassy to come to the woman rescue. We call on the Sierra Leone community in Ghana. We called on the SLPP chapter. We call on the APC chapter. None of them can come to the woman rescue. So I took the woman case and I took it to the International Organization of Migration. So I have a successful lobby where the woman and her children were taken to Sierra Leone. So when the process was ongoing, I contacted the embassy, who told me that by the status of the embassy, they cannot engage the IOM. So I went to the IOM. So the embassy later gave them TC, and the woman, after almost 4 months, the woman was able to travel to back to Sierra Leone with her people. So with this success that I had with the IOM, so I decided to go to the embassy. I texted the head of Chancery. I said, "You are not coming to see Sierra Leoneans. They are demolishing the refugee camp. What are you doing about it? I want to have a meeting with you." Then they invited me and had a meeting with me. I had the process for about the, a month. All of a sudden, the embassy said they are receiving information that I am an APC. I'm trying to undermine the government, and the whole program stalled. And then I went to the Sierra Leone embassy again. I said, now the organization, International Organization of Migration, are now ready to help 120 Sierra Leoneans to go back home. Okay. Then the Sierra Leone embassy now said I should undertake the mission. So now, after I have gotten the names, I tendered the name to the IOM. Then the IOM said I should take the name to the Sierra Leonean embassy. So the Sierra Leonean embassy to acknowledge that these are Sierra Leoneans. Because IOM has, they don't want to take a non-Sierra Leonean to Sierra Leone, relative to their status. So they said I should take the names to the Sierra Leone embassy. I took the name to the Sierra Leone embassy in the company of the Sierra Leone youth president chairman and the secretary. So when we reached there, the Sierra Leone, the head of change, we said they want to go through the names, and they got an information that we have infused non-Sierra Leonean on the list. Okay. Then I told them that, but wait, what will non-Sierra Leonean want to go do to Sierra Leone? Sierra Leoneans are virtually beggars. They are going to Kurdistan. Kurdistan is not an independent country. Today, Sierra Leonean youth, they go to Kurdistan to be houseboy in Dubai. They are all over the place. Then you are saying that I have taken names of non-Sierra Leonean to go to Sierra Leone. What will a Nigerian want to go do to Sierra Leone? What will a Ghanaian want to go do to Sierra Leone? Because so that they will pay money to me for me to help them to go to Sierra Leone. So I had an encounter with them. Then they said, they insisted that they, the Sierra Leone embassy, want to scrutinize the 120 Sierra Leonean in the list. I said, no problem, no problem. Then they said, I should provide a venue because the Sierra Leone embassy does not have the capacity to take 120. I engaged Reverend Kafumba at the Methodist Church. I said, sir, I want you to give me the Methodist Church venue so that the Sierra Leone embassy will come to scrutinize the people. I wrote the police personally for their personal security. I invited them to the Buruburam camp. After they have scrutinized the people, you know, people are living in the refugee camp. They have to go do some menial job. About 16 were not present. The Sierra Leone embassy said this 16 will have been non-Sierra Leonean. I said, but why are you people doing this to us? Not knowing that all what they were doing is about politics, about tagging me an opposition activist. So I told them that the 16 Sierra Leoneans that are not around, we will send them to the embassy. I sent the 16 Sierra Leoneans to the embassy. As I was doing that, I have engaged the IOM for almost 6 weeks. All the IOM needed is a letter from the Sierra Leone embassy acknowledging that these people are Sierra Leoneans. These people started drilling me. When the 16 guys were unable to show up, the 4 that went up, they said the name Mustafa Njai does not constitute Sierra Leonean. The guy would have been a Senegalese. Then, you know, it was like, you know, when people are playing politics at the expense of Sierra Leonean, do you know that those Sierra Leoneans are still at the camp sleeping in various schools? We even, some even went with your people to Liberia. They are not in Liberia, they cannot cross to Sierra Leone. So now we are engaging the Sierra Leone embassy. The Sierra Leone embassy head of chancery told me, they call him Mr. Tolsi. Do you know why I'm doing this? I am telling my story on my own channel because I don't want to. They are already tagged me an operative of the opposition, and opposition channels have been calling me to tell them about this story, but I don't know how they will skew the story, and I don't want to take part between their toxic SLPP and APC politics that have not done anything for us. So now Mr. Thompson called me. He said, when you open the embassy gates, we had a call that you and these guys, when the guys went to the Buruburan camp, you are passing subversive information. I said, but why can't you give us this information? Then they said, please give us from now to Friday, we'll read the letter. So I left them. Then I sent the boys there. Friday, 2 Fridays passed by while the International Organization of Migration is waiting for the letter to help Sierra Leoneans to go home. The Sierra Leone embassy is busy playing politics. So after all their interrogation, they now called me. They told me that, and they showed me a newspaper, an article. So in this article, the headline say President Bio abandoned Sierra Leone. So when they show me the newspaper, they say, Mr. Jalloh, what do you know about this newspaper? I said, am I an editor? Does the newspaper know? Can't you read the name of the editor? Why would you ask me about the newspaper? Then after some times again, these guys started causing all type of sin. I was very angry. I said, do you know why? I did not bring them to Ghana. I have helped 8 Sierra Leoneans, 12 Sierra Leoneans with you. You gave them the TC. You know that I have a precedent. I have never come to this embassy. All those that come to this embassy, when they come here, they ask you for transport. I have managed myself here for 24 years. I have never ever come closer to you people for anything. Do you know what happened at that moment? That Sierra Leonean old man that died, that I buried. When I told the embassy that there's a Sierra Leonean man that died in a certain house, they should help me bury the man. When the place, the ground to bury the man alone was 1,500, the Sierra Leone embassy gave me an envelope. When I opened the envelope, it's 150 CDs that is in the envelope. I opened the envelope and gave
150 cities.
I opened, and the money was given to me. The person who gave the money to me, his name is Mr. Kaba. I opened the envelope. I gave the envelope back to him. I said, do you know why I'm returning the envelope? Because if I left the embassy door with a sealed envelope, you will frame me up. So I give it to them. I said, I will bury the man. If you go to my page, you will see how I buried that man. So as we are doing these things, then I send the boys. The boys even told me that they want me to allow them, all of them, to jump inside the embassy. They will be there until they repatriate them. I said, no. Then I went and reported the matter to the BNI, the head of the BNI here. I took the entire Sierra Leonean scores, a group of them at the BNI office. Then I presented the names of the list to them. I said, this list is with the Sierra Leone embassy. The Sierra Leone embassy is refusing. I have brought them to Buruburan camp with the partner of the police commander. The Buruburan police witnessed the process inside the Methodist church. Not knowing that, today my country has reached a certain stage. You are being determined by your last name. In my country now, if they say you are Mr. Jalloh, Mr. Kamara, Mr. Conte, you are from the north. Eh? If they say you are Mr. Sheriff, you are from the south. The country has been destroyed by politics. So there are certain name you mention, you won't get job in a certain office. So we discovered that most of the people that are on that name, they are people from the north. So I started thinking, why are they not releasing this document? So one day, I was called on a Friday. A Sierra Leonean girl that I managed at the hospital for 1 year, that the embassy refused to go. I went to go get the girl. The girl, we was trying for the girl to get insurance. So I went to go collect the girl money. Then a call, they did not only call me. They called the youth, say, we are calling Mr. Jalloh number, but his phone is not going. Please tell him that the letter that he is asking for is ready. So I left the dropping. Then I called the IOM guy. Say, thank God, I think our people are ready to go. My foundation was ready to finance the entire process. The Sierra Leonean woman with her children, that entire process was financed by my foundation. The only thing that IOM does was to get them out of Ghana. But to go for the interview,
the lady, the
yes,
embassy refused to
yes, to go for interview, to get them all these pictures, I have all the videos. So while my donors are ready to manage That's 120 Sierra Leonean. That means they'll be going by 25 a day for interview. So I already raised money for that process, not knowing that as I am trying to help my people to go home, the Sierra Leone embassy is playing APC and SLPP politics. So when they call me, I was so happy. The young man say, they say they are calling you, but they are not getting your number. But they say I should tell you that we should go for the letter.
Sierra Leone Embassy.
Sierra Leone embassy. So when then I said, you two of you wait for me at the Buduburam park. So I'll take drop in from Swedro. So I took drop in from Swedro. So when we reached at the Sierra Leone embassy, I was shocked. The first time we reached at the Sierra Leone embassy, the Ghanaian security that was there tell us that we should not pass with our phones. So we will have smelled the rat that something was about to happen. Then as I said, but this is my embassy. I was talking to the guy, I said, this is my embassy. Then I told the guys to drop all our guard gates. So when we reached the Sierra Leone embassy, then they said, please come in. Then I enter at the palace of the Sierra Leone embassy. So two people were sitting down. I never knew they were police inspectors. They were sitting down. So I thought they went there for some documents. So when we enter, as soon as I read there, then they gave me another newspaper. They say, please read this newspaper. So when you read the newspaper, it's about the face of the ambassador and the face of the president were there. Then they are talking about how why the Sierra Leone government is neglecting Sierra Leone. Now they ask me, they say, Mr. Jalloh, who sent this message to, who sent this information? They say, read it. So the boy, Leo, the boy that went to want to read it, I took it from him and sent it to them. I said, I'm not your secretary. How do you want me to read the newspaper? Read it, let me listen. They said, no, we want you to read it because you know about this document. I said, I take serious exception from this foolishness. Why would you want to accuse me about a newsletter? He said, as we are telling you now, the media board of Sierra Leone know about the case and so on. I say, please, I'm not here for media board. You know what I'm here for? I'm here to pick the letter that will make the International Organization of Migration get Sierra Leonean who are stranded under the rain. Sierra Leonean that my foundation have given 4 bags of rice. You have not come there. Even when you came to the camp, when you told me to host you at the camp, you did not thought it wise to bring water for your people. I said, then that's why I'm here. The argument burst out. Then before I know it, then they say, officer, this is the man. So when I turned, I just saw the 2 guys. Say, sir, we are from the cantonment police station. You are invited. And I turned, I look at the guy. I said, wow. Inside my embassy. I said, okay. I said, let's go. You see, I was telling them that I said, do you know why I'm following these guys? Because by rights, even the president of Ghana does not have the right to cross inside my embassy and arrest me. Even the Ghana president. That is a flagrant violation of the Vienna Convention. I said, but do you know why I'll follow these people to the police station to go prove them wrong? Then even when I came out, the police says that I brought a taxi, I hired a taxi. Then the police said I should go sit down in the taxi and follow them. I said, no, you have arrested me. I'm sitting down in your jeep. Then I told my boys to sit in inside the taxi I hired. We went to the police. I say you met a team of police officers. You know when an ambassador will have complained you, when an ambassador will have reported you, the weight that your report has. But I'm not even resembled somebody that can panic because she's only an ambassador because her government is in power, not that she's competent more than me, or none of them are better more than me, but because their government is in power, they pick them, they put them at the embassy. Do you know that embassy, as our people are struggling in that country, they pay each of them $5,000. Check what is the minimum wage of Sierra Leone, 600,000 leones. A Sierra Leonean cannot buy a bag of rice with its minimum wage. A bag of rice is 1 million leones. The minimum wage is 600,000. So if you buy half bag of rice, you have to live by grace. This is what these people are doing to us. Then they are doing it to their people here. Then they invite them. When I read at the police station, you know how the police can do their thing. The boys were panic. My boys, the siren and everything. When I reached, I was calm. Then they said, "This is Mr. Jalloh." Then madam told me that, Mr. Jalloh, we don't encourage troublemaking in Ghana. We learned that you are fomenting trouble for the Salon embassy and so on and so forth. Then I said, ma, I want to hear the complaint. The complainants I have to respond to the complaint. Then the 3 of them run their mouth. After all their ranting, when I started talking, I said, ask them, ask this Francis, if he is not the one that prepared the TC for the 12 Sierra Leoneans that stranded there that they cannot take care of, ask him. It was out of a precedent that I took the action that I take. Before I finished talking, the woman just told them that, Mr. Jalloh, we have heard you. And he turned to them that by his explanation we can't detain him. So, Mr. Jalloh, you can go. All we have to tell you is that here, there you don't protest here. I say no. I say it's not true. I say you can. Ghana, they are protesting. Just tell me that there are rules and regulation of protest. I say these people. I say ask the police commander at Budubura. I was in his office with 5 Sierra Leonean ladies, telling them that I want to lead them here. If this Sierra Leone embassy refuse for the IOM to help these Sierra Leoneans, this Sierra Leone embassy will be compelled to carry our people back to Sierra Leone. I said, but when I went to the police station at Burubura, they told me that because the Sierra Leone embassy is not residing around here, it's at cantonment. I said, I should have come to cantonment here and make the report. Then they send me to the courts here. The court will give us paper to go and demonstrate in our embassy. I said, these people, you see them so. 6 years, they have refused for our people to protest. When you protest, they will kill you. They went to prison and butchered people inside prison. So me, I am here to tell them that they cannot do nothing to me. So when the policewoman asked me to leave, I stopped them at the step. When I stopped them at the step, I said, this is your level of competence. You are coming to come lock me up in. If you think Ghana is Sierra Leone, where you have this, your power from above, you just wake up and call somebody, they arrested them. Before we will reach down, there are partisans we are sending WhatsApp messages that I talk too much. But Friday is my last day. First of all, that is why they reported me Friday. So I will sleep there Saturday, Sunday. Monday, they will repatriate me to Sierra Leone. So their objective was to get rid of me because I'm talking for my people. So that is the essence of what happened at the embassy.
So what becomes of the 100 plus Sierra Leoneans whose homes were demolished?
I,
What become of them?
yes,
Those
yes.
that the embassy refused to.
Yes, what happened? They are still stranded. What happened? Even I went back to the IOM. Do you know what they did? You know, I did an IOM program before. The IOM program starts from the field officer. So they left and went to the authorities of the IOM. So they said the IOM told them that there is no case. I didn't go to the IOM. Then I brought the pictures and video with my tag at the IOM office. I brought everything to them. So the guy,
Who said the embassy?
the embassy said they have sent people to the embassy and to the IOM. The IOM said there was no pending project for Sierra Leonean to go home. I said yes, because the field officer is handling the matter. He was waiting for you to complete, then they will send it to the higher authorities. I said the field officer, his name is Idem. I have his number. I have our corresponding communication, both from Facebook, both from WhatsApp and Gmail. I have everything. So now, Edem now called me 48 hours later that, hey, something is going wrong. Your people came here and they are about to cause some problem. All I need to do now, I have to withdraw from this matter. It is now between the IOM and the Sierra Leone embassy. So if your people are called upon, it must come from the embassy. We started hearing news that the embassy was telling the people that most of those people are not Sierra Leonean. Embassy was telling people that how the people were not Sierra Leonean. We started hearing those information that the embassy said, but I can't even doubt it. Because even before me, the embassy said some of those names are not Sierra Leonean names. So that is how the whole process stalled. We have to even beg the Liberian, some Sierra Leoneans found passed in the Liberian box. As I'm telling you now, your last repatriation that they are waiting for, Sierra Leoneans are begging Dennis for them to put them inside the Liberian bus. So you know it's a neighboring country. So when they reach Liberia, they can find their way back to Sierra Leone. So this is the entire story about the issue about the embassy. When you are hearing this, I'm an SLP. They even said I have relationship with Adebayo, a social media terrorist that live in Holland that abuse people murder. How will an intellectual like me form an alliance with somebody like Adebayo? I can do it. And they are even saying that I have secret meetings with the APC. That is why I have refused all those APC media channels that want to interview me about this matter. because the APC is as foolish as the SLPP. Prince, if this thing has happened to Sierra Leoneans in Ghana, those APC activists that live in America, then they come and help the people now that the government have failed them. Those APC millionaires that are in Sierra Leone, but you want to kind of use my face to get at the government when the people that are suffering, you are not. If they will have come and get the people here, then all of us, they tell IOM thank you. How much millions when they go to their party meeting? APC cannot even, let's say, a boss can't ABC send 120 Sierra Leonean back home. That is why I refuse. I've been getting calls. People are telling me, we want to find out. They say they're lucky at the embassy. It is one Sierra Leonean lecturer that wrote an article about my arrest. He put it on the social media before he told me that somebody, somebody who is closer to the president have had it, and they sent me an audio message. The person is asking me, the man should ask me about the nature of my arrest inside the Sierra Leone embassy. Then when the man asked me, I said, I'm not ready to tell a story to an SLPP activist. There will be a time that I will tell my story. I think this is the appropriate time to tell my story about that Sierra Leone embassy.
So we almost at the end of the interview. Well,
Okay.
let's look at the remaining seven, because my concern, my major concern is the leftover Sierra Leonean refugees. So you are, according to you, you were able to negotiate with the Liberian
So we are
Liberian
negotiating.
leadership.
We are negotiating with Liberian leadership now that they are coming to repatriate, do their final repatriation. If
Okay.
there is a possibility that they will take some of our brothers to go, that is what we are engaging
So
now, because we have a very, I don't have an adjective for the people that are ruling Sierra Leone today. They are even telling me that I don't like the president. I say, am I to like him? Do people vote president for people to like them? You took over government. You took over government 6 years ago. Today, the only credit you have, Sierra Leone are the fourth unhappiest people in the world. The only people that Sierra Leone, yeah, Leoneans are happier than is people from Afghanistan. Just imagine, Afghanistan and Syria, Lebanon. So after those people, Sierra Leoneans are the most unhappy people in the world under this president.
all
Then
right.
they are asking me, I don't like the. If I like the president, I don't like it. What difference does he make?
So let's come back. What I'm saying, my question has to do with who facilitate the trip to Sierra Leone after taking them to Liberia.
That
Let's look at someone who does not
you
have
see,
the hem.
you see, that is why
So
that is why we were engaging the International Organization of Migration. They helped 12 Sierra Leoneans. I have the videos, I have the pictures. We took them. I have the IOM uniform. When they flew them to Sierra Leone, they slept in the hotel at Lunge Airport. In the morning, IOM came and picked them up, gave them a healthy envelope, and take them to Waterloo. The woman is telling me that that envelope is what she started a restaurant. Today she's doing well in Sierra Leone. So going to the IOM for those people would have been the best. Because
best.
even if this lazy government would have even taken them one way to Sierra Leone, what would they give to them? So now our challenge, have been writing organizations. So
Okay.
our challenge now is how to help the remaining Sierra Leoneans.
Okay. So to climb back, what do you have to say finally as we get to the end of the interview? What's the final word
My final
to
word,
your
yeah,
viewers?
my final word to my viewers, especially Sierra Leoneans. I want Sierra Leoneans to know that it is not a mistake for us to be born in Sierra Leone. And I want every other political actor to know that when the war brought Sierra Leoneans to Ghana, they should stop talking about these Sierra Leoneans that are traveling abroad. I was not traveling to Dubai or to Kurdistan. I was here with refugees. There are people in Burburanka, they call them stateless refugees. They have never been to, they born them in Ghana. They have never been to Sierra Leone. Anytime we are thinking about the Sierra Leonean brand, we should remember that these people are still here. We should always know that there are, as I'm telling you now, there's a Sierra Leonean boy at the 37 hospital. There are two Sierra Leoneans that needed surgeries for hernia. There are Sierra Leonean, there's a Sierra Leonean, there are two Sierra Leoneans that are in prison We have to go visit them. Always, they are being sentenced. They are right now at the Itaewon prison. So there are tremendous challenges of Sierra Leonean. So the APC and the SLPP, stop recruiting people to be fighting each other. You have never been relevant. I don't know why people are voting these two parties. You see, please try to seek the people's interest and try to make Sierra Leonean know that it is not the mistake for them to be born from that country.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, viewer, thank you. Thank you for viewing. We meet again.
In a large house there are vessels, not only of gold and silver, but vessels of wood and those of clay. Some of these vessels I want to honor, while others for this honor. I am a vessel of honor, and I am so glad to be vessel of honor.